why I always cough before I take a video. Like, it's early 2010s, like, still in me. I was on YouTube literally since I was a child, and I used to like really be into like chaotic vlogs and stuff. You know when that was like the style in like 2014? Yeah, to be honest, 2014, probably all the way till like, I actually don't know when that ended, but there's something in me that's still like, oh, I have to be chaotic for YouTube. You know, like, I don't know. It's just kind of weird and funny. Oh my God. I don't think I've been taking my medicine. So, I mean, let's talk about it. I have a thyroid disease. I have hypothyroidism, or specifically Hashimoto's disease. So, okay. So your thyroid produces a hormone called thyroxine, which I think like sends signals to your cells to like, I actually don't remember. Man, I folded, bro. Like, I literally said I was a pro in this. It controls your metabolism, essentially. So, I was diagnosed in 2019. I went to the doctor and they did blood work and they're like, oh, you have a thyroid disease. Thank you for letting me know. Like, what the fuck? Essentially, my body does not produce enough. Oh, actually, it is an autoimmune disease. So my body attacks the thyroxine that my thyroid produces. That relates back to childhood trauma. And I'm not going to talk about it too much. Maybe I should, but maybe I'll make a separate video about it. I don't, like, the body holds on to trauma. And I've read that oftentimes people who felt like they didn't have a voice in childhood develop thyroid issues. So my thyroid's a little wonky. So I do have to take levothyroxine, which is just thyroxine, extra thyroxine. And I have to take that for the rest of my life. I'm super lazy and I'm not on, well, I'm super lazy and I'm not on top of my stuff. So my health is not a huge priority to me when it really should be. So there are times where I'll go without my medicine for like a month and a half because I'm too scared to call the doctor and ask for a prescription refill. I don't have a doctor at the moment, or oh, a big one is I sometimes don't have the money for it. So sometimes I just like raw dog it. And it's just weird when you're told you have a condition and then said condition actually has effects on you and you're like, oh, it wasn't just a silly little story that the doctor told me. Like, I genuinely get tired if I don't take my medicine, and I genuinely like can't get out of bed, and I genuinely like almost fall into a depression because physically like I'm just not there. So okay, it is leg day. I'm trying so hard to be positive and to enjoy the journey and enjoy every single workout. But I'm not gonna lie, I dislike leg day so much. And it's nothing about the actual movements, I think. I think it's just that I run a lot, and so I overexert my knees, and my knees are often in pain, so leg day is really hard on my knees. Ways that I've tried to avoid that is I usually just a lot of yoga. I'll do a lot of stretching just to make sure like I'm not injuring anything. Another reason I don't like leg day is because my left leg has really poor, I don't know what this is called. I'm gonna guess and say internal rotation. So it hurts to do certain movements in the correct form because I don't have the full range of motion, and I don't know why, to be honest. There's very small instances throughout my day and like small habits I have in life that really do affect like my body. You know, I'll probably make a video one day about how I spotted those things and then like tried to correct them. But like, for example, when I brush my teeth, I used to do it with my right hand, and I would lean forward on my left shoulder. Like, I would put this on the sink and just kind of prop myself up while I brush. And that's why my left shoulder is a lot stronger than my right shoulder, because it's used to holding that weight, versus my right shoulder has never had to do anything like that. So it's like small things like that that can impact you, especially over a long period of time. I mean, I might have had this habit like my whole life, to be honest. So when you do something small for so long, you can definitely see the effects. So I'm trying to reverse it now. And a lot of things where I notice one side of my body is biased, I'll just reverse it and do the other side. So now I lean on my right arm and brush my teeth with my left hand, which is good because I'm also trying to learn to be ambidextrous. But that is quite a difficult task, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm working on it, so, you know. But, okay, game plan for today. I'm not gonna lie, let's talk about it. Let's talk about my emotions real quick. I woke up upset. I woke up upset. I woke up on the wrong side of bed. I took my dog on a walk, and she wasn't listening very well, which frustrated me. But I think the main reason I'm feeling frustrated and sad is because I don't have anyone to talk to. like obviously I have people who I could reach out to in a dire emergency, but I don't have communications with like a person every single day, like just casual. And I think it's starting to get to me, and I'm not gonna lie, like this is a really good outlet right now. I feel comfortable talking with you and sharing, and it feels better than when I woke up and I was just all alone and like nobody to talk to. I don't know. Maybe that's a silly thing, but I was feeling a bit lonely today. I mean, honestly, just for the past 30 minutes. It's 10:55. I woke up at 10 o'clock. Like, it hasn't been that long. I'm just tweaking. I don't know. I think I'm irritated. But yeah, game plan, gonna change, go to the gym. I think I'll go fasting, depending on how fast I can get out of here. I might, I might have some yogurt. I think that would be good, some Greek yogurt. Maybe a banana, because my bananas are starting to go bad. Welcome to my kitchen. I'm making my tea right now, and I'm also watering my plant. And I think he's actually good. So, I mentioned that I want to start tracking all my calories and the macros and stuff. So today I'm gonna actually do it. But we're just gonna have the same thing for breakfast that I had yesterday. It's gonna be a banana, some granola, and Greek yogurt. So I have this digital scale. Got it off of Amazon. It's the cheapest option. I think it was like $10 or something like that. But having a scale genuinely does, like, it helped me at least, because I realized I was actually under eating. Well, I was under eating in protein, which is super important, because protein is what helps your muscles recover, it's what helps them grow, and it helps keep you full for longer. So I wasn't eating enough protein, and that kind of like messed up my stuff. So this is Light and Fit Greek vanilla yogurt. 14 grams of protein, 90 calories for 3/4 of a cup, which is 170 grams. So I'll do 170 grams because 14 grams of protein sounds pretty good to me right about now. I think this is a great, like, balanced breakfast because I'm getting in some protein. I'm also getting in some grains and some carbohydrates, which is, I think you should carb up before a workout, but to be honest, I don't know the exact science. I just feel like, what did I say, 170? I just feel like if you're carved up, your body prefers to use carbs for energy. We're at 176, which is fine. I don't care. The only reason I track my food nowadays is for the macros. I try to avoid becoming calorie obsessed because I have a history of eating disorders, so I like to stress myself out with some bullshit. Calories are still important, so I just look to generally see that I'm eating under and I'm eating in a deficit. So this is 175 grams. We're gonna put about 53 grams of some oats and honey granola. Like, yeah, that's as much as I want to put, and that's 24 grams right there. Let me stand up straight. I'm so sorry. I have the worst posture. And then 1 banana. So in total, breakfast is like around 320 calories. I couldn't tell you how much protein because I already forgot. I know what y'all are thinking. You see these cookies and you're like, damn, Lauren's not eating good. She's not eating what she's supposed to be. I am. Look, the apples are on top of the cookies, so I go for the apples first. My tea is probably done. Yes, I use the bags. I don't even care. Say what you want. I'm American. It's true. I microwave my fucking water. Like, here's the meal. I'm gonna eat this and drink my tea, and then I'll see you at the gym. My outfit for the gym looks so stupid. Hold on. I look like freaking Puff Baby. Like, what? Dude, this is not a vibe. This is not a vibe at all. Like, I know I said I don't go to the gym to look pretty, but this is like extra. I feel like I look like I'm in PJs, and I don't want to go to the gym and everyone's like, oh, she's wearing her PJs. I mean, it's probably going to be empty because, to be honest, it's like 12:30. It's 12:45. I'm really bad at like getting out the house and doing things on time. So I apologize. Baggy sweatpants and just this shirt because it's kind of tight. I do this because if I do a baggy shirt, I look stupid like we just saw earlier. And also because for leg day, I cannot wear any tight revealing clothing around my legs or butt because people get weird. I also just feel more comfortable wearing something like this. The fit. Sometimes you'll see me switch out these pants for some gray shorts. Not gray, green. Some green shorts that are also baggy. I basically just wear my boyfriend's clothes and I'm like, yep, that's good. So, all right, let's head out. Let's head out. Change of plans. What the fuck? I tried to inhale at the same time I was talking, I think. That was kind of odd. My boyfriend's coming to get me so that we can go to lunch. Even though I just ate. I can't say no to free food. Can't say no to hanging out with my boyfriend either. So, I don't know, today has just been, I've been feeling very off, and I think it's because I went to bed upset last night. And I went to bed upset because I'm just dealing with a lot of loneliness right now. So maybe I need to go see my girlfriends a little more. I'm not sure what we're getting for lunch, but I'll film it, and of course I'm gonna track it, and I will see you in a second. Hey y'all, it's voiceover Lauren. So I got back from lunch at Chick-fil-A and then immediately headed out to the gym. I did my cardio and now we are going into a single leg press. And this is what I was talking about why I dislike leg day. Look how difficult it is for me to bring my leg up. I have to be super careful because my hip will sort of pop out of its socket. I don't know if that's actually what's happening, but that's definitely what it feels like. I hear a little pop and then it feels like awkward to move the rest of the time. So I have to be very careful about how I bring up my leg. I pretty much have to bring it straight up or else my hip will do that thing. And bringing it straight up is difficult because I lack the flexibility to bring my knees to my chest. I can do it, obviously, but not as much as I should be able to do it. And honestly, I remember this movement used to be a million times harder because I was 210 pounds. So I had like almost double the belly to like go out in front of me. So my knees would literally be touching my stomach like all the time. But anyways, after one leg, I switch directly over to the next leg. Sometimes I will pause and bring that other leg up, but I find it easier to just keep the, like, not put the weight down and just go ahead and put the other foot up. Here's my workout for leg day on the screen, so you guys can take a screenshot or follow along, do whatever you want. Here are my stats. The weight was feeling kind of light, so I increased it to 80 pounds, and then I did a practice rep and then decided to completely go ahead and go with the exercise. Look how far behind my left leg is. Like, that's actually insane. You can see me struggle with my left leg, and then with my right leg, it's like insta fast. So after the single leg press, I move into the normal leg press, and I put my feet higher up on the, I don't even know what to call that. My feet placement is higher than usual. I think it's because this works out your glutes, and if you have it in a lower position, I believe it works out your quads, or vice versa. I will insert the chart right here just for confirmation. Alright, so the next movement I'm going to do is a sumo squat. I'm going to take my feet about shoulder length or shoulder distance apart, and then take my toes and move them so that they're pointing outwards. And then I'm going to focus on keeping my core nice and straight and in line, and then bringing my my glutes back and really like leaning into the hamstrings, I guess, to get deep into that squat, and then coming back up with a lot of control. So I used to do this same movement when I was at a heavier weight, and I feel like the weight that I hold doesn't reflect the amount of weight that I can do. So if my body was 40 pounds heavier, theoretically I should have increased my weight that I'm holding to also be 40 pounds heavier, but I haven't. It's only increased by like 10 or so pounds. And actually in this next set that I show you, I increased the weight because I wasn't feeling it enough. And you definitely want to be able to struggle a little bit and feel your muscles wearing out. Ideally, you want to be able to do anywhere from 8 to 12 reps of your selected weight. I usually try to keep mine around 10 because it's the average. But whenever I've just started a new weight and it's heavier, I only do 8 reps just to get used to it. And then once I'm used to that, I'll increase it to 10. Once I can do 12 reps, I consider increasing the weight because that tells me that I'm not struggling enough. Next, we're moving into everyone's favorites, RDLs. Now, let me tell you guys how to do this properly because I feel like it took me forever and I feel like I'm still learning to this day. So take your feet however comfortable you feel them. I guess this is shoulder or in line with your hips. And then you're going to keep your core tight, just like in the sumo squats, just like in any squat, to be honest. You're going to keep your spine neutral, and you're going to think about pushing your hips back and your glute back. I've heard people explain it as if you're trying to close a door with your butt, and you want to keep your arms nice and straight and have them coming down as if you're shaving your legs. And then you also want to come back up with a lot of control. You can see that I kind of pop up from time to time, and I try to avoid that because that's bad form. You really want to come up steadily and slowly. And this is a great workout. I definitely feel this in my legs afterwards. And this is also another workout that I feel like the weight should definitely be higher for me. Here, I'm just going to be going into some reverse lunges. I'm not going to lie, There are some movements, such as this one, that I've literally never thought about my form for because I just assumed I was doing them great. But after filming and like watching myself, I have become self-conscious. I'm like, damn, am I doing that right? And sometimes movements are really easy for me. Like this one is one of the easier ones in the beginning. And I think that beginning honeymoon period is what makes me delusional. I'm like, oh, this is so easy. But you can definitely see me start to struggle as I go through the set. I'm doing 8 reps on each leg for a total of 16 like lunges, I guess. And this definitely kills my quads. I am shaking by the end. Here I am setting up for some hip thrust and then some calf glute bridges. So I'm gonna do 10 reps of the hip thrust and then I'm going to do 10 reps of the calf glute bridge immediately after. You can see me taking off the weights. I'm not sure. I think I just use the bar because I feel like we need to normalize just using the bar. The bar is perfectly good, guys. Getting the placement of the bench is probably the hardest part about this entire thing. I feel like I always put it too close or too far, and then when I go to adjust it, I move it way too much when it really just needs to be adjusted maybe a centimeter or two. So here's my plan of attack with these. I bring my feet forward. Don't come for me because, to be honest, I don't know how far forward they're supposed to be. I keep them about hip distance apart, and then I'm just going to bring my body up and then back down. Look at that. Up and back down. And the bench should be right in between your shoulders, so you shouldn't be hurting your back too much, I guess. And then your feet, if you feel it too much in your glutes, I think, then move your feet out. If you feel it too much in your quads, bring your feet back in a little bit. So I've just finished my 10 and you can see me moving into a calf glute bridge here. This is pretty much the same movement except a lot shorter range of motion. So I'm only bringing my lower body down about halfway and then bringing it back up. This is going to really focus on your glute and really build that big booty that we all want, you know? I literally die at the end of every set of these. It is so intense and insane, and my legs are shaking so badly after. Here I'm setting up for some goblin squats, so I steal a 25 weight from the rack, and then I have the cable set all the way down, and I believe the weight I use for this is 30 pounds, and I just bring my heels up onto that weight and keep my toes down so that my feet are angled. And then this is a super simple movement. We're just gonna bring our body up and then, oh, I forgot. My feet placement was so odd for this exercise. I had to rotate the weight because there was little divots that were like making one foot taller than my other foot. So after adjusting that, we're just gonna push up and then bring our body back down. Pretty much the same as all the other movements. Keep your core tight, your spine neutral. Focus on really working the legs. Think about your quads and your glute coming down to the ground. I'm not gonna lie, my legs are definitely burning at this point, but I don't think this exercise specifically was enough weight for me. I think I definitely could have increased it and burned a little harder, but I digress. Here we are moving on to glute kickbacks. I am so excited. I've been wanting to try these forever and I've just been too scared to do it. I also thought my gym didn't have the equipment for it, but
but we actually do. So here I am taking that attachment, putting it around my ankle. This was actually one of the hardest things I've done in a while. I feel like this is one of those times where the weight was moving me instead of me moving the weight. I think I started off with like 30 pounds and I look how sloppy that was. I was like, okay, definitely got to lower the weight on that. I think I had to go all the way down to 15 pounds because I just could not get enough control of my leg. Here, I'm just literally kicking back with my leg. I'm not sure if I'm doing these right. They definitely did not feel correct. I'm not sure I hit my glute at all, but I'm gonna keep trying this and keep watching videos on different form techniques. It was so much fun to do, and I was so looking forward to it because people have great results with this, but I just couldn't figure it out for myself. I don't know. So if you have any tips, go ahead and comment them down below because I would really love to get better at this. Here, I feel like this angle shows it a lot better. I feel like I'm completely just moving my lower back, and I feel a lot of this movement in my lower back instead of anywhere else. So if someone could correct me or tell me like what I can do to fix that, I would greatly appreciate it.
All right, I'm trying to get a pump video. I'm trying to get it going. Ooh, that one looks good. And then, yep. All right, if I flash my ass, I'll fix it in post.
It was indeed too much ass.
It was a successful leg day. I ended up getting Chick-fil-A with my boyfriend. I started my period, so, well, not started, but it's still going on, and I told you guys it was like a 50-50 chance that it would come back, and it did. So that's why I was so upset this morning. I was in a bad mood, and I feel like I've been feeling tired, but I was pushing through because I was like, I'm not on my period. Like, I shouldn't be tired right now. So the past couple of days, day one till today, honestly, like I've had low energy, and this explains why. And also, oh my God, remember I kept saying like the weights feel heavy? This is why. I don't know. It's just great to know. I DoorDash tonight. It's almost 11. It's 10:58. And I am just chilling. I'm gonna smoke this bowl. I'm not sure if I'm allowed to do this on YouTube. I don't know what it is. I mean, are you kidding me? Like, I used to be 210 pounds, so my face looked like that. And now it looks a lot slimmer. And that is very, very cool. And that's all the updates I got. Tomorrow is a rest day, so I'm probably going to do a full day of eating, and then also we're gonna go over the menstrual cycle a little bit more in detail. I'm actually gonna like have sources for you, and then also organize my thoughts a little better. I feel like I didn't explain it very well in my first video.
For dinner, I ended up having soup and a bunch of other snacks. Here's the total. See you tomorrow.